Hello everyone and welcome to your weekly tarot guidance for November the 28th and December the 4th, 2022. Astrologically speaking, this is quite a relevant week because Neptune goes direct. So this implicitly means that, how should I say, our most subtle experiences, perceptions, even modus vivendi, because a part of our existence we don't necessarily live in a grounded way, in physical reality. A good part of it we actually live within ourselves. Now, there are people who are very much aware of this. There are people who are not as, how should I say, not necessarily aware, but functional in that sense. So for them, it's invisible. They don't know that their unconscious becomes 10 times stronger as their consciousness gets into autopilot. So, anyway, this week is a wonderful week to notice exactly that. How our unconscious is really running everything in our life, and when it reaches the ninth house area, so to speak, then it's a problem. Then, you know, the sign of Sagittarius is home to the heart of the Scorpion, so to speak. So, when the heart of the Scorpion is kind of the heart of everything, that's when things are not going to, how should I say, not necessarily end well, but stay well in the now. And this is a week when we can see the shadow for what it is, but in a way where we cannot see anything for what it is. So a very paradoxical and dichotomous expression of the spirit, where everything is spirit and everything is due to perception, especially the benevolent and the malevolent part. One and the other are sometimes the same, and that is scary. Well, we have the Spirit of Swords, which is really the Page of Swords, but the image kind of confirms if the Scorpion is ruling the mind and the mindset, and you see the peacock is pride, and also the eyes of the divine. And, it would be even silly to dare to go to a place where we would even contemplate that would the divine have pride? Of course not. Yet, our own pride can force that reality to come together. So perhaps this is already a message that this is one of those weeks where we need to let pride vary as low as possible. Because you also have Lilith opposing Pluto. It's not a great week to be proud of anything. Five of Pentacles. The Chariot reversed. Three of Cups reversed. Well, the message of this is a little bit what I personally don't want to hear, but here it goes. Sometimes it is actually sadness, pain, scarcity, poverty. And when I say poverty, not really poverty of in a physical way, but rather in an inner way. Poverty is when the spirit is not enough. Poverty is when, you know, wishful thinking, positivity, having a great life is meaningless, empty. So basically, the Five of Pentacles in this case depicts the emptiness of the Five of Pentacles, emptiness of five senses, when joy that is felt, how should I say, materially, physically, bodily, and even when that meets joy in spirit, it's empty. Because, you know, the magic of life is that which we generate. And 90% of us, and this is painful, of us alive today, from the most proeminent spiritual leaders to the everyone, we kind of forgot how to generate. We forgot how to truly give birth. Now, those blessed enough to live in a jungle and have never known human collective civilization in their existence and even in their karmic heritage, those are blessed because they create for us. They are keeping us alive, but not necessarily karmically, but more like life is about creation. Life is about, generating that which we are and that which we want to be. And that which we want to be is usually packed, very, very much packed with smiles, with sometimes taking it easy, with sharing love, sharing joy, sharing peace, sharing serenity. For certain people who live more intensely, let's say, okay, let's replace that with sharing their own intensity with someone else, something else, or being immersed into it. And that is what generates our part. The part which spirit cannot provide for us, a part where physical reality being ideal cannot provide for us. So this is the kind of week when we're reminded that if we lost along the way our sense of adventure, our sense of game even, our sense of, and this is a strange energy, a sense of craze. That's what but divine craze. And what is divine craze? When it cannot or should not be okay, and it still is. But that's craze because it defies everything. And miracle, is it really a miracle? Or did we generate that? Really? The spirit, the divine, was almost like begging us to believe in the paradox, because that's when we give it like the green light. But it cannot act until we get into the craze. So again, who is power? Is this not really a mirror reality? Sometimes our own state of power means the divine's powerlessness, and that being not just okay, but ideal. Other times the total opposite, and that being ideal. The chaser is, the hunter is the hunted, and the hunted becomes the hunter. In as cycles succeed themselves, the mirror just, if the mirror spins in its own axis, whatever, well, then it becomes like a globe mirror, or it becomes like a divine kaleidoscope, even if you just physically spin a mirror. That activates what I call in astrology the expression of Salasha. Salasha is actually the wife of Neptune, a planetoid. But a planetoid can in a symbolic and playful and very childish and rudimentary way to understand this, put the husband down. As in, if Salasha and Neptune were ever to wrestle, of course Neptune would win normally, but this is the trans-Neptunian object. And still it wouldn't. If you know what I mean. Because that's the essence of the trans-Neptunian objects. They defy. Pluto is, let's say, like the mascot of them. Because most objects are Plutinos. I don't know how to pronounce, whatever. They are similar to Pluto. Some of them, like for example Orcus, is almost like a copy of Pluto. It's a system. It has its own Charon, which is named Vanth. In mythology, it's similar. In mythology, it even originates from the same geographic position, roughly. So is this a coincidence, or not really? Anyway, where I'm gonna go with this is when illusion, or when something mesmerizing actually activates the spirit inside of us, and that person who is the recipient of this can be a total atheist, or who goes against spirit, a hedonist, or whatever. They will still fall under the charm. They identify it as, optical illusion, and it activates hormones, and a visual expression drugs us. Okay, but that's Neptune, and that's Salasha. And sometimes it is those moments when, how should I say, the unexplainable activates us. May that be an image, the ray of the sun hitting the window at an impossible degree, which reminds us of something, and it takes us into a state, and we lose touch with reality totally, even if just for 5 minutes. That's the portal of miracles. And scarcity and poverty and being at the break of not being able to generate, because when we become aware of our lack of this is our inner sun no longer being what it used to be. That's a moment of great panic, when the integrity of our being panics, because subjectively being trapped in this form of life, modern society, we don't know what it means, but the soul inside of us knows exactly what it means, that we're in trouble. And I don't really, what the trouble is something that is gonna come as consequence in, let's say, 300 years, 200 years, not a big deal, is it? But maybe if we look at the picture, it is. It has nothing to do with us alive right now, but do you see how we're already aware of that we cannot generate as we used to? So that drives us at certain moments when Neptune goes direct, for example, to become aware with the fact that, okay, I'm an artist, insert whatever it is that you are, and you're an epitome of creativity in society compared to other human beings, compared to your peers, compared in the industry. You're an epitome, let's say. You know that you're blessed. And of course you even worked for it. So you're actually the right stuff. And you become aware that if the best of the best, let's say, is in trouble, is feeling that which is scary, that you just generation of the self, of the dream, of your work, of whatever, does not come easy and as joy anymore, that's already an alarm bell. That already sends your entirety of your being into panic, and it shuts you down for 5 minutes, okay, but that's when we change. That's when we become mature as soul, and again, I need to show you the Five of Pentacles, how it's depicted. that we need to go back to the we need to, sometimes we need to turn ourselves into savages, and that's how the inner sun reignites, and we find ourselves able to create, able to generate, able to love, able to just be a dream. And would someone else tell us after that kind of phoenix moment that, well, look, listen, you're not really living in reality, that what are you gonna do? Pension, healthcare, and you just smile. It really passes through you like air, like they have not said anything at all. It does not bother you anymore. That's when you generate. That's when you know that, okay, you've done it. So maybe this week, because these cards are not positive by any sense, and they're still the most positive possible. The Chariot reversed, the illusion, the chase, the money, the job, the career, the everyone being pleased, everyone being happy. Why am I not okay? That is over. That is, let's put that down. Let's put that novel down. The Three of Cups reversed. Spiritually, you're not drugging yourself anymore. Okay, quantum reality and all of that, yeah, but that's the divine. That's the divine's problem, really. It is where you separate. Why? Because you become aware that it is your duty to come up with something, to put something on the table, and not just surrender, but something. Even if it's childish, even if it's stupid, even if it's after 10 years, all you can come to the meeting with, let's say, with the divine, your co-creation part, as I said, regenerate. The divine cannot and will not generate personal, highly personal, subjective stuff for us because it cannot help us. That's your job. Some people, some beings, that's the only job they have. For example, people, and don't take this in a bad way, if you have most of your planets in 1 to 6th house, so the bottom of your sky really, then reality, and it's to figure yourself out, put service and martyrdom, and I'm so sorry to say this, a certain kind of unconditionality to the trash, and just dream it up. Let you be the person who inspires everyone, but that means you need to be permanently inspired. That means that you have to detach from the seriousness of life. And that's wonderful. But if you have most of your planets opposite, from, mostly 8 to 12, well then, the thing is, there will come a time in life when you forcefully detach from whatever big life path you're on and take some time for yourself. But this is where the life path may not even enter your reality. A vacation. But internally, from your life path. Maybe it's the biggest spiritual mission that you're on, and every second is important. Yeah, you're taking a vacation. Believe it or not. You're really taking a vacation. Or let's say you're at the peak of your career and it's everything you lived for. You're taking a vacation. So, yeah. Or you're in caught up almost, I don't know. You're actually solving that issue which has been the big cross on your back all your life, and you're taking a vacation. Even that can sometimes wait, because duty to to give birth comes first of all. So yeah, maybe this is where, like it or not, all of us are gonna be pushed into this. For some people, it's gonna be delightful. For others, it's gonna be short but intense in a bitter way. So, what guide? Oh, actually, if there's anything for the collective, if anything happens collectively. Well, something is gonna be revealed. That something, I said this is global, collective, not so long ago wasn't an accident, and it was presented as an accident, and it will gonna cause conflict, and so yeah, something will escalate, and again, courts of justice, what is just, what is not just, so yeah. Any guidance? Actually, for guidance, Eight of Wands. Let's mind our own business. That's the guidance here. So I brought another deck. So yeah, this means the pause. Look at the mountain goat. And you're the warrior. So it doesn't matter because you're pushed off. And the only way to avenge the mountain goat for what he did is to, yeah, climb back up the mountain. So that means time out. Time to mind, your own inner stuff and manage your priorities until you climb up the mountain. Because no use being angry while you climb up because you're not doing yourself a favor. It happened. You were pushed off by a goat. It happened. That's it. No shame. It doesn't matter if you're a veteran warrior because sometimes... But this is the best. Exactly. Reconfiguring, as in assessing the situation and at least, I don't know, sometimes the fact that, I need more joy and love and happiness and, deeply personal stuff in my life, admitting this, that's already more than enough. More than enough. So yeah, this is Capricorn, where whatever you're immersed into and whatever is taking away your creative energies, well, that pushes you enough. It says enough. And then you need to, get your creative center back online. And I wanted to give another guidance, but it seems that I forgot my deck. So, I can't even go and grab it because I'm in pajamas, so I'll leave it at this. Thank you so much for listening. I do hope that this was helpful. And, let's all actually embrace the reignition of our own inner sun. Let all of us be reborn within that creational innocence, because sometimes life can only be lived by a child. So thank you so much. Until next time, bye for now.